Hey, good people. Welcome to the Ty Odom Podcast. I'm Ty, and if you're passionate about building stronger nonprofits, developing leaders, raising resources, and creating lasting impact, then you're in the right place. Each episode is designed to help you lead with confidence, strengthen your organization, and serve your community more effectively. Let's jump right in. If you were following me on Instagram, I told you a couple weeks ago that I could teach you how to start a nonprofit in 40 days. Summer was coming. We were right at 40 days. And I said, I probably can help people figure this out before the start of summer. Truth is, I can. But let me talk to you about what that's really like on my side of the fence. The reality is that telling you what to do is easy. I tell people all the time, you can Google how to start a nonprofit, but after almost 20 years in this sector, I've learned that starting a nonprofit isn't where people feel. The paperwork is easy. Leading one, building a team, raising resources, crafting systems, and figuring out how to move from being passionate about a cause to actually running an organization, that is where the real work begins and where many people fall off. I often compare starting a nonprofit to being a hairstylist. There is always this one stylist that stays booked and busy, and everybody loves their work. So the next question is, when are you going to open a salon? But being great at doing hair does not mean that they'd be great at running a salon. Those are two different skill sets. One is a craft, the other is leadership. One is a service, the other is management. And I think of nonprofit founders that face the same challenges. Just because you care deeply about an issue doesn't automatically mean you're supposed to start an organization around it. Now, don't hear me wrong. I'm not telling you not to chase your dream. Some of the most impactful, pretty much every organization was started because someone wanted to solve a problem. What I'm saying is, I think you deserve more than a checklist and a list of templates. But I made a promise and I'm a woman of my word. So here, let's talk about how to start a nonprofit. Now, before I jump in, please note that I am based in Georgia, so these are general steps for starting a nonprofit in Georgia. The requirements will vary depending on where you live, but pretty much the process is the same. I've worked with people in several different states. So first things first, do you remember when we talked about the difference between being an owner and a founder? Well, congratulations, you're about to become a founder. And your very first responsibility is to identify at least 3 people to serve on your board of directors. These people will govern the organization, provide oversight, ensure compliance, and make sure you stay focused on the mission. Once you've identified these people, you'll need to hold your first board meeting, adopt bylaws, discuss the purpose of the organization, and begin the basics of your leadership. Next, you'll file your articles of incorporation with the state. No matter what state you're in, just Google your state. So if you live in Georgia, if you live in South Carolina, just Google your state, blank, and Secretary of State. Then you will get to the Secretary of State's website, and you will look for online business services. It may say start a business. There'll be something there that lets you know how to file this online. So boom, you're going to file this online, and then you will have a company that's created. You'll get a beautiful little statement back that says, hey, your business, your articles have been approved, and that means that you are officially a business. Number 2, then what you're going to do is apply for your EIN. So that is pretty much your social security number for your business. So to do this, you'll go to irs.gov, and to make it really easy, in the top right-hand corner, you're going to just type in EIN. You're going to see a little box pop up, and it's going to say apply for an EIN. Boom. Once you do that, you will complete the application. You will get that EIN number the very same day. Within 2 minutes of hitting submit at the absolute most. So once you do that, you started your business. Your business has a EIN number. So officially, you're ready to apply for your tax exempt status. So applying for tax exempt status, that actual form is called Form 1023. And in order to complete that form, you'll go to pay.gov. You'll need to create an account. You have to do two-factor authentication, all the things, because, it's the government. And what you'll do there is you'll complete Form 1023. Depending on if you're eligible or not, you will complete 1023 easy or you will complete long form 1023. So you'll do that, and then wait time can vary. So it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months, depending on what's going on with the government. We could have about a 6-month waiting period. A long time ago, it really was 6 months. We used to have to fill out the forms by paper. We'd have to mail them off, and then we'd have to wait on the IRS to respond to us. Please note that you will get that determination letter in the mail. So it's not anything that you will receive electronically. You will get that determination letter, a hard copy in the mail, and you will be so excited. There is nothing like opening the mail and you've been waiting on that determination letter. So boom, we have our business. We have our EIN. We've applied. We've gotten our tax determination letter back. Woo! There's one more step, and that is solicitation. So solicitation is pretty much what states require for you to fundraise. I know you guys are hearing about all the grants on the internet, but I had a little secret for you. The number one category of people that give is individuals. You heard it here, I promise. So you have to let a state know that you are going to solicit funds from the people that live in that state, and that's called solicitation. Once you complete the solicitation application, and that office can vary, I think in the state of Georgia, it's called the Charities Division. You have to mail that application in. Once you get that, they will send you a response back, and you are officially registered to solicit in a state. Now, every state has different requirements, and it could be different based on the type of organization, what your annual revenue is. So you just want to check the state that you are registered in. I always suggest to people, register in the state, definitely in the state that you are organizing in. And there's no need for you to go register in Oregon and you don't know a soul in Oregon, but definitely register in your home state. So as a woman of my word, I just gave you all the steps to starting a nonprofit, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed because those things are easy for you to learn. You can learn them here. You can learn them online. You can learn them in Facebook groups. But the real work starts after we get this information. The real work starts beyond the paperwork. And so as someone who's been in this work for a long time, I don't want you to be discouraged, but I just want you to know that as a consultant, as somebody who is wanting to continue to grow in this space, that wants you to grow in this space, telling you how to do that does not feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing, honestly, right? I'm supposed to be helping you become a better leader. I'm supposed to be helping you navigate what it means to really build relationships and resources for your organization. If you just want somebody to fill out paperwork or to teach you how to, DIY it, that's probably not my thing. So what I learned for myself in my leadership space is to do the things that really feel best for you and the things that feel right and the things that will get you to the bigger goal of what's happening around you. So if starting this nonprofit is what you're supposed to be doing, I want you to do it. I want you to learn. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that you're going to have days of frustration, but it's not something that you can't do. The same way I am literally figuring out my business and I'm figuring out what that looks like, and I am okay to pivot. I want you to do that as you step into this amazing sector of philanthropy. And so there you have it. I promised you I could tell you how to do it, and I did. But that is probably the last time that I will do the whole DIY nonprofit paperwork. There's somebody out there for you. If you want to learn, if you want to be engaged in the process, if you want to kind of dive into nonprofits more than just the work that you're doing. That's where I'm headed with my people. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I enjoy the most. So thank you so much for tuning into this. I hope that it blessed you, and I hope that of all the things, you don't get discouraged and you keep going, but I hope that you never stop being a learner. So until next time, good people, if you enjoyed this episode, please come over to me on Instagram at Ty Odom and say hello. I'd love to hear about what you're doing. So until next time, keep learning, keep leading, and go change the world, good people.